Live.
Far from it. Twainer. We're doing it, baby. What a great Friday. The Friday we've waited
8 months for.
We've worked our way to this all summer, all spring, and now we're here. Week 0 around the corner. We're doing it. And final conference preview for the draft pod, getting into the Big Ten. Fun conference, lots going on. And then we break down all of week 0, our favorite prospects, what we're watching, the whole shebang. So if you're watching football all day Saturday, you don't want to miss it. Starting now. DNVR Draft Pod. We're doing it. Let's go. Oh, it's the best. I'm so glad you guys caught me on that, and that's now part of the tradition. We, of course, coming to you live from downtown Denver on the corner of Colfax and York, right above the DNVR bar. It's the Toyota Lounge. We are presented by Toyota. We are driven by our Front Range Toyota stores.
That we are.
Yeah. What's their tagline? Live dangerously. Let's go places. Makes a lot more sense than live dangerously. That was a joke. That's a little razzle dazzle for you, Toyota. I knew that. Okay,
that's the tagline for the show.
That's a joke. It is so true. So true. And we've already got a question in the Toyota chat. Come one, come all. Leave us a thumbs up. I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, a dear friend of mine, the Schwan man. How are you?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Could not be better.
Week 0 must really be like the perfect Saturday for you.
It really is.
You still get Sunday off. You don't need to worry about Broncos. Mm-hmm. You don't have to worry about Buffs.
Yep.
So you can just be a fan, just enjoy your Saturday. You're not exhausted because you're not like 7 weeks into a grueling season.
Yeah.
It's all happening.
I mean, this is what we live for right here.
It really is.
This is why we grind through the off season and bring all these shows to y'all in the off season for these 4 months. That's why we do it.
It's so crazy. Of course, as film guys, it doesn't necessarily feel like that because then we pass a lot of like January through April just watching film.
Yeah.
But this is why we do the draft pod, is because we're not waiting January through April to watch the film. We're watching it live, giving hot takes, reacting, the whole shebang. And it starts it's the perfect week too. Mm-hmm. Like they made a point of making week 0 good this year.
And it's something that they should keep on doing.
I would highly suggest that, yes.
Move the whole season up a week.
Indeed. Goosebumps, choose your own adventure for you. Start Big Ten preview or go week 0?
Nah, we got to make the people wait for the picks.
Okay. I love it. So let's start with this Big Ten preview. Eric Simmons in the chat asking, will Drew Allar be a starting quarterback in the NFL? I think he very well could be. Allar's been an interesting one for us, Jake, and one of the top prospects in the Big Ten coming into this season. And in general, the Nittany Lions seeming poised to maybe finally break through and get it done this year. And as we've done these previews, we start with contenders, legit contenders, and dark horse contenders. I'd say Penn State's a legit contender.
Yes.
They do have the issue of having both Oregon and Ohio State on their schedule. Wacky Big Ten schedules.
Yeah.
Not like... We'll get into that. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I think with their talent defensively, I mean, they've got 2 stud edge rushers in Danny Dennis Sutton and Zane Durant. So yes, they lose Micah Parsons, they lose Abdul Carter.
Yes.
The Micah Parsons clone. Micah Parsons in the news, so that's why he's on my mind. And scrubbed all his socials of Cowboy stuff. So I was thinking of him as purely a Penn State guy, in fact.
I mean, he might be trying to come back to Penn State because the Cowboys don't really seem interested in getting their best player on the football field.
Cowboys are messing around a lot with this stuff.
They're a circus.
They are. It's great content.
It's fantastic to follow, especially when you're not a fan.
It is great content. And then you have this star-studded backfield. I mean, star-studded, Jake. 4 years ago, probably all three of these guys declare for the NFL last offseason.
Right.
But quarterback Drew Allar and both running backs, you would think one of them would be like, you know what? It's the year that's going to make or break me. I'll go somewhere where I don't have to compete. No. You have Nicholas Singleton, but also Kaytron Allen coming back. I love me some Kaytron Allen. That kid is a handful, just a downhill power back with some like nimble feet, some real juice to him. So, I mean, you know, you've got those pass rushers. You've got that backfield. It sets you up with the basis to have a really nice team. Probably the most high-end NFL talent in the conference. Maybe Oregon has the most NFL talent, I would argue. And, I mean, I don't know. Ohio State, Ohio State might have the number one guy on my big board this draft and next year's draft. I mean, this point in the season, I haven't made a 2027 big board, so I only have my 2026, but Caleb Downs, their safety, is the number one prospect. And if I was to make a big board this afternoon, Jeremiah Smith would also be my number one prospect in the 2028 class. So you have those three teams at the top, which I think are really where you start with the Big Ten.
Yeah, going back to Penn State, I mean, I think you're right. All the pieces are there. It's just Drew Allar's got to deliver. James Franklin's got to deliver. They got to be consistent. I mean, you mentioned it. They returned 2 1,000-yard rushers from last year. That's almost unheard of.
Incredible.
In this day and age of college football. They kind of reloaded on the outside with their weapons. Trevor Pena, I think he's coming in from Syracuse, if I remember correctly.
They needed to do that, too. Their wide receivers were bad last year.
Yeah, he's
really
like a real weapon out of the slot, too. Let me pull up his stuff. But it's all there. Defensively, you know, you mentioned the edge rushers as well. Trevor Pena, I mean, last year at Syracuse caught 84 passes for almost 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. That's going to help for sure.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do the trick.
Really, it's just cut and dry.
How big is he?
He's a slot, 6 foot 185.
Okay.
So
really weak out of conference.
Yep.
They host Nevada, FIU, and Villanova. It's that they start the conference schedule hosting Oregon, which, look, in the new Big Ten, that is a big deal. Those former Pac-12 teams, when you're hosting them, that's a big deal. That's a lot of travel going all the way from Eugene, one of the toughest big college towns to get to.
Yeah.
From just about anywhere. And then having to go to Happy Valley.
It is a later kickoff, though.
Yes, which I think helps.
Totally.
And then they're at UCLA, host Northwestern, at Iowa, which, look, never easy, but Franklin, the knock on him is he can't beat Ohio State and Michigan. He kind of does take care of business against the Iowas of the Big Ten. Then you go at the shoe. And that's where having that at Iowa game's kind of tough because you might beat Iowa, but that's a team that's going to beat up on you, you know? It's not going to be an easy game. It's going to be a physical. So going to the shoe, and then you host Indiana. That is where that 3-game stretch is where their season will be made. And again, it's a tougher in-conference slate than what I'm seeing from the Buckeyes or the Ducks schedule. On Bet365, the Buckeyes are plus 190 favorites to win the conference. You were telling me you were seeing something where that's the longest odds for a Big Ten conference winner we've had in a while.
For a favorite to win the Big Ten, I think it's the longest, or it's crazy saying plus 190 is the longest, but it is the longest odds for a favorite the last, I think, 15 years is what I saw.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Joey B, hyped to have football back in the Toyota chat, tasking me with shotgunning a beer. Let's let this see. Let's, week 0, we'll see. We're starting off slow, okay? Week 1's, I can be talked into it. I am enjoying a Baja Blast.
Say chug a Baja instead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the most elite drinks that mankind's ever invented.
No doubt. No doubt.
Some would say a franchise player.
It is a franchise player.
Wow. Penn State is second, though, to the Buckeyes at plus 225.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting. And then it's Oregon plus 400. Are those your only legit contenders? Would you extend that to Michigan, Illinois, Indiana? What you thinking beyond that top 3?
I would throw Michigan in there.
You would.
I mean, this is a team who had nothing at quarterback, who beat Ohio State and Alabama again last year.
Yeah.
2 playoff teams. One who won the national title.
Yes.
Alabama, they said they were a playoff team. I guess they weren't, but anyways.
They weren't.
I think that team, if last year's Michigan team had Bryce Underwood as a senior in high school, I think they probably are in Big Ten contention last year.
You're that sold on Bryce?
Yes. Just to have someone to... I mean, there was no downfield passing attack at all with this team, bro.
No, I mean, it was Iowa-like.
Worse than Iowa in some instances.
Now, they have lost a lot of talent on that defense.
Yeah, but they also get some guys back, too. Rod Moore's coming back from injury. They got some linebackers coming back as well. Offensive line, they're going to be fine. And they've recruited so well. They've been hitting the portal. I think they've really been able to reload the last 2 years under Sharon Moore. And that, what Jim Harbaugh started there is kind of continuing on, I think. This is going to be exactly what we've seen from the Wolverines the last 5 years. They're going to be damn tough up front. They're going to be running the hell out of the football. It's going to look a lot, I think, like when JJ was at quarterback. When you have an athlete like Bryce.
I mean, that's certainly the thought. I do wonder if you'll feel, I was saying this a couple years ago when Todd Monken left Georgia to be the Ravens signal caller.
Right.
That slowly but surely you would start to feel the effects of that departure. Now, Michigan has kept up with the Joneses on the recruiting side of things, no doubt. I'm just a smidge unconvinced. But if they're a legit contender, all of a sudden, some of these schedules in the Big Ten look a lot tougher too, including Ohio State, who has to go to Ann Arbor.
Yep.
I mean, they start the season against Texas. They end the season, obviously, as they always do and hopefully always will. Do not screw that up. I'm sure they will. So, yeah, that's a toughie. And beyond that, you're at Wisconsin. You host Penn State. Okay, we'll get into some dark horse contenders. I actually want to circle back on some of those other legit contenders and talk about some of their top prospects. Oregon has me really intrigued with some of these guys.
Me too.
But first,
hell yeah.
Look at that.
Seamless.
Shannon Sharp and John Elway, it's just like I look her way and she knows exactly how to bring up the ad break.
Shout out
Elite
Tiff.
stuff from producer Tiff over here. Elite stuff from Taco Bell, where you can get the buff box right now. You saw it on Twitter. We were in Boulder last week trying it all out. I enjoyed some this Tuesday. We've got some more in the office. We are full-blown addicted to Taco Bell and the buff box in particular. Just an elite smothering of goodies for you for just $7. A cheesy gordita crunch, which I hadn't had in a bazillion years.
Bro.
That thing is so good.
Yeah, it's the best thing on the menu.
It's crunchy, it's soft, it's tasty,
Cheesy.
it's cheesy. The beefy 5-layer burrito, which super underrated. I enjoyed mine quite a bit. Dorito Locos tacos, cinnamon twists, and a large fountain drink. And I mean, Baja Blast is in the house.
And they got a new Baja Blast as well.
Baja Blast Midnight. I tried that in a frozen standard. It is elite. And on top of that, you can get the cups with Big Seat and Juju.
And Q for 6.
Yeah.
And Draylon and...
My guy, Draylon.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? There's 4?
I actually think we're missing one, but don't quote me. No, I have it here on the read. You nailed them all because you are both our buffs and our Taco Bell expert. Limited time only at participating Colorado Taco Bell locations. So get it done. For every Buffs touchdown this year, Taco Bell will donate $1,000 to CU Athletics Scholarships Fund. Pick up your Buff Box today at your nearest Taco Bell. There's one just a couple blocks away from the DNVR bar. And all these picks, all these futures, brought to you by Bet365. Little Bird came down as I'm grinding film. I'm reading my season preview pieces, telling me, "Hey Dre, Week 1 custom bets from Broncos on the Bet365 app. They're coming.
They're back?
They're coming. So get ready for a beautiful logo on their beautiful app where we are betting all these futures. And of course, the only place you can use our code DNVR365 at sign up. All you have to do, $10 minimum deposit, $5 minimum bet. As soon as that is settled, win, lose, or draw, $200 bang in bonus bets straight to your account to have fun with. Get in on all these futures, you know?
Yep.
Like,
and we're picking games here later.
That's right. You're a ball knower. You have hot takes. I see Jose and others in the chat. They know their stuff. Like, this is where we use our knowledge. And you know what I've done the last few years is Christmas presents were just paid from Bet365. Bang bang,
Bet365.
easy peasy. So yeah, new customers now get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5. Win or lose. Sign up, use code DNVR365, deposit $10 and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Custom bets, DNVR custom bets as well. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 plus, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. TNCs apply.
Woo. Well done.
That was I'm doing that thing where I talk and I burp mid sentence and someone called me out. Well, they didn't call me out. They said I love when Dre will just burp mid sentence and just like plow right through.
You do, yeah.
Which apparently is something I do in all sorts of. Because you mentioned how I do that. I'll say something that can be perceived as like an inappropriate reference. Like I'll talk about penetration up the middle or something, and I just plow right ahead,
Yeah,
it's
I love it.
It's a great quality of mine, though maybe I should tone down the burpee mid-sentence. Maybe let's go to the lab and dial that in a little bit.
We're humans, though.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. Great insights from I'm Heaven Demon saying Midnight Blaha Blast. Midnight Blaha Blast tastes like purple.
It does taste like purple.
Fair assessment.
Purple and blue are great flavors.
Blue, elite.
You know exactly what you're getting with that.
Yeah. No, I mean it's really
but
true.
there's so many colors of blue too that
there are, yes.
But they're all perfect.
Yeah, dark blue tastes different than light blue.
Voltage tastes like blue.
Yeah.
Baja tastes like teal. It's perfect.
Yep, exactly.
This would be a great draft.
The best tasting
colors for drinks, candy, popsicles, you name it.
Shout out red.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No shout out to red.
It's the red, though, is a toss up because the cough drop cherry red flavor is one I don't love.
See, I kind of like cherry Jolly Ranchers, bro. Oh,
those are great, but I feel like they don't
have that.
It's not
full
that
red
same.
flavor.
Yes, exactly. So there are variations on red. The Jolly Rancher, all those flavors are elite.
Sheesh. You talk about blue. That might be where the blue flavor started.
Blue raspberry raw. Purple, you get a great
that
Jolly
too,
Rancher.
actually.
I mean,
Right.
I'm not mad if I get an apple either.
Not my favorite.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Not my favorite.
Okay, so you're buying Michigan. Who rank the top 4 contenders? Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, Michigan.
I will go Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan. I think Oregon, in terms of the NFL talent, in terms of the quarterback that they have, it's hard to...
So tell people about the quarterback.
So Dante Moore, he's a former 5-star. He was at UCLA for a while. We actually saw him when Colorado went to UCLA 2 years ago for a little bit. He was not ready then. UCLA wasn't that great that year either. He, of course, ends up leaving, goes to Oregon, actually committed to Oregon last year. So I think he was basically not too far removed from Dylan Gabriel's commitment to Oregon out of the portal. He opted to just stay and wait. And I think it was a smart decision by him. They're going to have plenty of weapons. You know, Evan Stewart goes down. He was a draft prospect. Not a draft prospect, but Decorian Moore, the true freshman, is going to be a problem for them on the outside. They got a tight end, you know, after sending, what's his last name? Ferguson,
Jake
right?
Ferguson,
After
Colorado's
sending
finest.
him to the NFL last year. They got another one in there.
Kenyon Sadiq.
Yes. And he's been there too. Like,
Upside is big.
they went into the portal heavy on the offensive line, and I like what they did there. Isaiah World is one of the best transfer tackles.
People are hyped about Isaiah World.
Yes.
Big boy. 6'7".
Yeah. And Emmanuel Pregnon, he's coming in from USC, was a very highly touted guard. Colorado was in on him for a little bit, actually. He ends up picking Oregon. They're just going to run the hell out of the football. I mean, it's kind of... Them and Ohio State are kind of the same, but it's more so, or less so, I guess, with Oregon, where you have a more experienced player, not a true freshman, obviously, at quarterback. Whereas Ohio State, Julian Sands, like, he's in the analogy I saw was he's in the seat of the Ferrari. Just steer the Ferrari.
Yep.
You don't need to mess around with the gears. You know, you don't need to toy around with the throttle, you know, flip on the sports mode. Just steer the Ferrari.
Pretty much. And not the Ferrari we've seen this season in F1.
No.
Which their drivers are saying is undrivable.
Yeah, we'll go with the Lamborghini instead.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then that defense, which was a pretty damn good defense a year ago, didn't really send many guys to the NFL. Derek Harmon aside, that's because a lot of those guys are back. Unfortunate news for the Draft Pod listeners, you were like, finally I don't have to hear Dre butcher DJ Ugalele's name anymore.
Oh, here we go.
Wrong you are, because Oregon edge rusher Mateo Ugalele is one of the top edge rushers in the entire class. You also have linebacker Tatum Tuitoi and safety Dylan Thieneman, and then running back transferring from Tulane, back-to-back 1,000-yard season, Mekhi Hughes in the backfield as well. So they are loaded, as I was saying, as good NFL talent as any team in the country.
So Dylan Thieneman, though, he could have gone to the draft last year out of Purdue. Purdue's a terrible football program. That's how good of a player he was.
Indeed they are.
So he was without a doubt one of the best defensive transfers overall that was available this year. He's going to be a monster back there for that. Oregon's going to be good.
Oregon's going to be good, and their schedule doesn't terrify me, which is big, you know, because the out-of-conference is a nothing burger.
Yep.
I guess you do have Oklahoma State, but then it's at Northwestern, going to Oregon State, at Penn State.
Boise State.
Oh, I see Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, yeah. But in conference schedule, it's just Penn State and Indiana, Wisconsin, Iowa, USC, Washington. I mean, there's not, you know, at least you only have one out of Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State.
Yep.
So I think that's huge, especially when Oklahoma State, probably when they scheduled this, was supposed to be a bigger matchup, isn't so much now.
Right.
So yeah, I think the Ducks are set up nicely. Ohio State, as you were saying, there's kind of a lot of unknowns, right? I mean, such a push was made last offseason in keeping all those guys. I mean, that pair of edge rushers, getting Caleb Downs from Bama, bringing in Will Howard, keeping both those running backs, or, you know, keeping Travion Henderson and bringing in, what's his name,
Judkins
from Ole Miss. This year, you do have a lot of high-end talent. It's mostly defensively. It's mostly in the back seven where you have, obviously, Downs, Sonny Styles, Davidson Igbognison, and the other corner, Jeremiah Matthews Jr. So that defense will once again be a handful. The offense will still have Jeremiah Smith. And as far as draft eligible, we're really watching Carnell Tate.
Yep.
And I think the O-line will again be pretty good. But, losing Donovan Jackson, losing Josh Simmons will have some impact. So Oregon, Penn State, I maybe give Oregon the slight edge just because I like the schedule better. And I think I probably give Ohio State the edge over Penn State because that game's played at the shoe. Their schedule is easier in conference. And you know what? I just trust them more in that matchup.
Yes. I think I just trust... I have to trust Allar more than Julian Saint at this point, though. He's a complete unknown. So, that's why I'd probably put Penn State over them. The schedule aside, I just think that... Look, especially with Oregon, too. Sorry, I'm kind of dancing around here, but going back to Oregon real quick.
Please.
That last game against Washington. Washington's a team to watch out for this year, I think. Jed Fish is a really good coach.
He is.
And they've got a lot better. They got a lot more guys from Arizona actually back into the program now.
Takario Davis being the big name there, and we love him. We've been talking about Takario Davis on the draft pod for a little while.
I just think that they're not going to be a contender, but they have the potential to upset one of these big teams, especially Oregon at the end of the year. That's going to be a massive game. Oregon could potentially be undefeated, playing for a Big Ten title berth, and Washington could do what they've done so well the last, I don't know, however many years, and just ruining Oregon's season in that last week.
100%. Great value at plus 5,000 to win the conference on Bet365.
If there's any long shot, that's what I would take.
I like that. After those teams, USC is plus 1,600 since we're transitioning into dark horse contenders. And I do have a couple Trojans fairly high on my board. One is big wide receiver Jacoby Lane, who was one of the leaders in receiving touchdowns a year ago. And the other is big safety Kamari Ramsey, who I think has big upside as kind of a do-it-all safety back there who can really be a jack of all trades when played in the box and kind of fit the modern NFL. Is this a make or break season for Lincoln Riley?
I think so. I don't know, though. What is USC anymore, honestly?
What do you do with that mansion now if you fire him? That beachside mansion.
Turn that into the recruiting area when you bring in recruits. Because that's the best thing that they've been doing under
that would
Lincoln
hit.
Riley.
That would hit.
This is a team, though, that, over the last 2 years, they've kind of completely remade their coaching staff. They've had a lot of turnover. And I think that's a sign of Lincoln kind of feeling the pressure that, he's really got to change a lot of things. Offensively, it's going to look different. They don't really have, they've got Jordan Mayava. That's the guy who's going to probably be quarterback. He's had a lot of, that's the UNLV kid, right? Is that him?
Yes, that's right.
So he's got some game experience. He's going to be a little bit more seasoned than some of the quarterbacks we've seen at USC the last couple of years. They do have some weapons, too. It's always defensively for them. I can't trust them.
100%. Illinois and Indiana both have some intrigue. The book has them both at plus 3,000, though. Indiana does bring back their star pass rusher in Kamara. I've lost him on my board, so I forget what his first name is. And Carter Smith, their left tackle, is a legit prospect. That's the Hoosiers. And then Illinois brings a lot of talent back on defense, including star pass rusher Gabe Jackas.
So first off, I've got Mikhail Kamara out of Indiana.
Thank you.
Jacques? I don't know.
Wow, you went French on me. Guys, you can't set me up with a name I'm going to pronounce like Jackass. Like, that's honestly unfair. Much like you can't be asking me Polynesian names I don't have.
Right.
Like, you're like, Mayava, right? And For a second, my brain was like, what? Like, I was about to be like, didn't I'm Oliva go to, I was all over the place. It's just the names, man. They're a real struggle. We're entering another draft cycle. And
Hey, yeah, you just got to adapt.
the names are sticking even less. I can tell you who the star pass rusher is for Indiana and how many TFLs he had and stuff. His first name, however, escapes me. So,
How about an easier
we pick
name?
and choose.
How about an easier name, though? Fernando Mendoza. He's going to be the quarterback at Indiana, and he's getting a lot of hype.
People are hyped on Fernando.
I've seen first-round draft buzz for
Indeed.
him already.
Indeed, yes. Where was he? Remind me.
He was at Cal the last 2 years, played in 20 games, completed 66% of his passes.
Oh, so he was leading the way for the Calgorithm last year.
He was, yeah. He had a way better year last year than he did 2 years ago. 2 years ago, 14 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Last year, 16 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Doesn't really do much on the ground, but he's got a high completion percentage. And, Kurt Signetti with him, they're gonna put up numbers.
Hoosiers a team to watch for sure. Here's the thing, though. The reason they're ranked top 20 in the AP, but the book has them at plus 35 hundo, is the schedule, man. It's a tough schedule. They're on everyone's slate, and I think that's kind of what happened to the Illini yesterday. We're gonna take a quick little break, and then we're gonna talk week 0 and finish out the Big Ten and all that fun stuff. A shout out to our friends at Toyota. You guys know Toyota. They are the perfect Colorado car. Anyone at DNVR that drives a Toyota swears by it, talks about their reliability, their convenience, the lack of maintenance they have to put in. And then if you're like Jake and you've been caught stuck on the middle of the road because something happened to your tire, not on Toyota, on the tire manufacturer, or on the user, RK in this scenario, who let the tires get to where they were, they took care of you.
They did. Saved
They're
us.
amazing, and we've experienced that firsthand. Just an incredible partner to work with. Trucks, SUVs is part of what makes them the perfect Colorado car. Perfect cars for the winter out here. Perfect car to just go west, get lost out in the mountains. They also have 17 models with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, like the Epic 4Runner, and also sorts of environmentally friendly and hybrid vehicles. So visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places. And also our dear friends, we are partnering with Branded Bills. They have some awesome hats, rope hats. The golfers love them, some Branded Bills. But snapbacks, trucker hats, fitted, beanies, tees. Branded Bills has it all. They have some awesome CSU gear. They have some awesome college gear in general. And they also have some great Colorado state flag stuff, which if you squint, looks like a DNVR logo almost.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we're actually hoping to get a few more to show off here in studio. But, man, we just partnered with Branded Bills. Check them out. Anytime I go to their website, they've got some really, really cool stuff. Head to brandedbills.com. Use code BB, that stands for Branded Bills, DNVR, that's us, for 15% off your first order, which is an awesome deal. There's the info as well. I'm sure a link will be in the description too. Were we on something before we went into break?
We could keep talking dark horse Big Ten. I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts on Michigan State, Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Eric says he thinks USC makes the playoffs and he thinks Lincoln Riley saves his job.
I mean, he's got to put it together. I know he's a good coach.
Oh, he's an amazing coach. An amazing offensive coach.
Yes. It's just, can they play defense, man?
Yeah, and also, look, like, there is a dividing line. Like, you recruited one way before, and now you got to recruit differently. And has he been able to adapt, Their schedule out of conference is going to be real easy. Missouri State, Georgia Southern. Then it's at Purdue, Michigan, at Illinois. Michigan State, at Illinois, Michigan, at Notre Dame, at Nebraska, Northwestern, Iowa, at Oregon, UCLA. At least you get only one of the... Well, you do have Michigan and Oregon. I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. This is USC.
USC, yeah. I mean,
you need to at least go 1-2 against Notre Dame, Michigan, and Oregon if you're going to make the playoffs.
I mean, they did really. I mean, again,
I'm torn, Eric.
Michigan.
I don't think they do it.
Nothing last year, but they did impress me in that game. Just how they were able to travel across the country and kind of take it to the Wolverines in that one. But they also played Penn State really tough. They played LSU really tough. Like, I think they're close. It's just that it might seem closer than, objects in the mirror further than they appear type of thing. Like,
yeah.
I just really putting faith in this team after I've been burnt so much the last 3 to 4 years by their defense. You got to prove it first.
Well, and I'm a bit reluctant. Like, I don't know that they've renewed the talent, Like,
Yes.
they came in and were making moves, obviously Caleb and Bear Alexander, and just seems like the momentum's kind of fallen off. So, yeah, also love that comment from Jose. Tiff screenshot that. 220,000 kilometers on my 16-year-old Toyota, and I'm pretty sure that car will outlive me. I'm not being paid to say that. I'm just a happy customer.
Shout out, Jose.
That's a typical Toyota customer for you right there.
I've got one more team.
Please.
I just watch what happens with UCLA this year. I really like what they're doing. I like the backfield that they have with Nico Iamaleava, and then they got in Javian Thomas from Cal. He was a really good player. I just like what Deshaun Foster's been doing. They've actually recruited pretty well recently as well. They got Tino Sunseri at offensive coordinator now. He was Indiana's offensive coordinator last year. He was the reason why Julian Lewis had Indiana as a finalist. He loved Tino Sunseri. So Tino's now with Deshaun Foster and the guys out there at UCLA. I just think that this is a team that is building something, and they're going to be kind of like USC last year, where they'll hang in, lose some close games to some of the better teams in the conference, but they got a clear upgrade at quarterback. Say what you want about Nico, like in what he did in that Tennessee offense. I think that against some of these defenses in the Big Ten, he's going to be able to put up some numbers and do some things.
Yep. No, I mean 100%. I think those teams out west is they're all like intriguing. Washington, USC, Oregon, obviously, UCLA, they're all like, Oregon aside, like maybe I'm not bought in completely, but they've got my attention for sure.
It's a difficult schedule, though. You open up against Utah, you play UNLV the week after that on the road, and then starting in the Big Ten, you just start with Northwestern, but then you host Penn State, road games at Michigan State, at number 20 Indiana, at Ohio State, at USC. You also got to play Nebraska at home, Washington at home. So it's not as bad as it could be in this conference, but it's not great for a team that's kind of on the up.
100%. Good conference. Probably the conference with the most talent.
Top to bottom, probably.
Top to bottom. But after Caleb Downs, who's number 1 on my board, there's not a ton of guys in my top 15 to 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because and even Drew Aller, I'm a smidge unconvinced.
Totally.
I need to see it. Isaiah World, I know everyone's hyped, but there are offensive tackles who in their college football career have shown more, even though his upside is tremendous and he was the number 1 O lineman in the transfer portal and all that fun stuff.
But at the top of the draft, there's just so many other good tackles. Moyaga, Proctor.
Exactly. Yeah. The Utah kids.
The Utah kids, yep.
Yeah. You mentioned Moyaga. Exactly. Okay. Week 0?
Oh,
actually,
let's go.
do you have some Devaughn Vele thoughts?
I do, actually. this was kind of inevitable, right? Like the writing was on the wall throughout camp. Like whatever he had going on, where he wasn't able to practice much. Like Troy Franklin just breaking out, Pat Bryant showing out. Like
It's inevitable because those two guys have really raised their stock.
exactly. So I'm not surprised by it at all. I mean, and what George Payton did to get a 4th-round pick,
It's incredible.
1 year after a 7th round.
incredible.
I mean, come on, man. That's so like unheard of, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone expected to get, a 4th-round pick for Devaughn Vele.
Crazy. The value they were able to return on that is
Totally
nuts.
So I love the deal, and I think that this doesn't hurt the Broncos receiving core this year either. So
Right. And I mean, at least you kind of pick a lane.
yes,
But I do think, we've talked about what are the top needs going into this season for the Broncos, and wide receivers may be quieting down as a need. Like you're already having
Yeah.
to trade one of your young wide receivers because the other young wide receivers are stepping up.
yeah, you love it.
It's really great.
It's great for team building too, when in terms of contracts and all.
Yeah.
Especially while Bo's on his rookie deal. I mean, if you keep on stacking these guys outside of the first round at these premium positions,
Oh.
edge, wide receiver,
right.
If you go get maybe another tackle next year, that's probably going to be a
Yes.
high round pick. But
Well, that's the book on Sean Payton.
yeah,
He's never had to draft a wide receiver first round. He just finds these guys late day 2, early day 3, and turns them into all pros.
we got almost all the extensions we wanted this offseason. We'll see on Benito and maybe a few other guys. But how do you not feel like over the moon optimistic about the future of this football team?
The improvements that have been made to that roster since Sean has arrived are nutty. Just nuts.
I'm stealing everyone's tweets today. Someone tweeted out earlier this week, he's been worth every bit of that first round pick you traded and so much more. I mean, it's not even a conversation anymore.
Yeah.
That might be one of the best moves the Broncos have had since post Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I mean, where was that? We did best trades in Denver sports history or something? Was that our countdown list or whatever? Sean Payton for that first rounder you got from Miami for sending Bradley Chubb there. Was it Miami?
Yeah.
Is looking like one of the best. Really one of the great trades in Broncos history, no doubt. So yeah, Estime, I think he's done so.
No thoughts.
Audric, you're so young, You're so young.
We're on to RJ and JK.
Yep. I guess so. RJ showing some good stuff. Okay.
The team's going to be good. We're already 2-0 too, by the way. I don't know if everyone's realized that.
ATS.
Just straight up.
And against the spread.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. They
No,
have
hammered.
They have covered the spread both games comfortably. And Hank and I have been on the right side of the over week 1, under week 2. So bang bang. New bets video coming out today, in fact. Week 0,
Let's go.
Farmageddon is how we start. The football gods just blessing us with Iowa State versus Kansas State in Dublin to start off Saturday at 10 a.m. Holy cow.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be a movie, as the kids say.
You got the lines?
What are you thinking? K-State favored by 3. The total set at 51 points. It's Rocco against
Avery.
Avery Johnson, the Matt Holiday kid lookalike. And what are you thinking in this one?
So this is a road game for both teams, obviously. Massive
Indeed.
game, too. I mean, that
Indeed.
cannot be understated. This is a game that is going to...
It's a huge conference match.
It's going to reverberate throughout the Big 12 until the end of the year, this game. The line is 3. Iowa State are underdogs. I'm taking the Iowa State Cyclones on the money line to win this football game. I think they have the better quarterback. I think they have what they've done defensively with that crazy 3-3-5 stack that's with 3 safeties. It's damn near impossible to figure out. So the thing that K-State does have on their side, I think, is the time that they've had to prepare for this. And obviously it's a common opponent. Like, you have so many reps, games to look back on against this defense.
Yes.
Avery's got to take a big jump. I just like Rocco more. I think he's the better quarterback. I think down to down in terms of making the right throw, making the right read. He's underrated athletically. He's definitely not Avery in terms of, the speed and all that. But he just makes the right decision with the football. They got 2 good receivers in. They lost those guys. Chase Sewell's coming in from East Carolina, a former Buff, really good player. And then, I can't remember the other one right now. But
No, I know Joe Klatt on his podcast was saying that he talked to Rocco Beck in the offseason. Maybe it was Elite 11 camp, something like that.
yeah.
And he was like, look, I know we lost those 2 guys, but I feel really good about my wide receivers going into the season.
I'm taking Iowa State on the money line.
You do make a compelling point about Rocco.
So
Like, he doesn't have the highs Avery has, obviously, but he's going to be way... Like, Avery, I kind of think is a bettor's nightmare. Similar to Cam Ward the last couple years. Like, Avery Johnson giveth and Avery Johnson taketh away,
He had 10 interceptions last year. I don't have his fumble numbers, but I definitely know he put the ball on the ground quite a bit.
Yeah.
We've been kind of going back looking at some opponent previews for the Buffs lately, and we did Iowa State last week. And I just flat out slept on Rocco Becht, honestly. He's such a good quarterback. And I'd honestly say he's got some NFL draft potential too. He's a little smaller. He's not going to wow you with the arm or the legs or anything, but he just makes the right decisions constantly, has good touch on the football, and I think he's going to deliver a win tomorrow morning.
Now, because we are intrigued by both these quarterbacks and we think wide receivers will be fine at Iowa State, I kind of think the running backs will be fine at K-State. Over 51?
I could see that, yeah.
That's probably my lock for this game.
There's a lot of explosive players.
But we are still online though. Okay, good. Yeah.
What do you think?
I was leaning K-State
That's what
because I'm not a Rocco believer.
RK and Scott are also leaning K-State.
But I see your point. Like, I'm low-key, I'm kind of an Avery Johnson hater.
He's not my favorite quarterback. I see why people like him and think he can make these insane jumps. The NFL is going to love him and love all the tools.
So, gun to my head, the over's my lock.
Okay.
I think I'd go K-State -3, but the real play is wait to bet the money line live when you've gotten a couple series in you. Watch one offensive series from both these teams and see what's good there. Because I do think it's going to be competitive. I don't think it's going to be like, oh, thanks for the advice, Dre. Like, Cyclones were up 14-0 after 2 possessions.
Right.
And there was no chance to bet on the live money line then. I think that's the play.
It's going to be a back and forth. This
But
is the
I
Big
hate
12.
it, which I love.
Yeah, this is the Big 12. It's back and forth. It's a well set line, I think. 3 points. Like, this is totally going to come down, I think, to the last few minutes.
Yep.
What Rocco has, I think, shown me in like clutch, like in the game situations, I think is just better than what Avery has shown.
Yeah, and if it comes down to the wire,
Exactly.
that
Like,
-3
who do you trust
would
to
be
make
tough.
a deep throw into double coverage, game on the line? I'm taking Rocco.
2-minute drill scenario, like, it's not even close.
Yeah.
It's a good point. That's ball knowledge on display right there. You love to see it. Fresno is at Kansas. Fresno State Bulldogs. America's team the last couple years. Jake Hayner's Fresno State Bulldogs.
All-timer.
America knew ball then.
Yeah.
Last year, America didn't quite adjust. And Fresno started off good. I was kind of like, guys, you're missing this. And then things went south. So, yeah. They're 13.5-point dogs to the Jayhawks, who bring back Jaden Daniels, correct? Jalen. Almost. He's been around long enough. You'd think I'd know his name. The total on this one, I actually don't have pulled up.
I've got 50 at Bet365.
Yes, sir. How do you feel about this? We are once again in your conference of quarterbacks, which is where you would lean KU and Jalen Daniels, but you lose Devaughn Vele. They were awful last year. 13.5 is a lot of respect for a team that hasn't necessarily earned it.
I just don't trust Jalen Daniels. That's way too big of a spread for him, in my opinion.
Okay. I think I'm in on this. 13.5. It's irresponsible to bet minus 13.5 on Jalen Daniels or the Kansas Jayhawks.
It just sounds like you're going to be like hating yourself the entire game.
Yeah. Leopold kind of tricked us. I mean,
he's the most overrated
best
coach in the country.
in America.
Yeah.
It's like, guys,
it's insane.
But they're going to be. The thing is, he's got them to where they can be competitive week in, week out.
I mean, yeah, they're not the
Can they
doormat.
cover a 2-touchdown spread though? I don't think you've earned it. The Bulldogs don't have me too intrigued either.
So
There's
you
a
gotta
lot
sell
of
me on
turnover
Fresno.
there.
What is
There's
good about
a
Fresno?
lot of turnover there. Well, this is why we have great friends in the industry. Because Justin Michael, our Mountain West insider, told me he doesn't have a great read on them yet, but basically everything is different offensively, which I guess compared to 2 years ago, bad. Compared to last year, good. They have talent defensively, though, and he could see them playing ball control and hanging around if the defense forces a turnover or two.
I'm so taking them.
He was also saying obviously they're always tough, which is kind of what I was just saying, and they hired a defensive-minded coach with an NDSU background, so they won't go in intimidated. Also, week one, man, you remember how wacky week one gets.
Right.
Who was the New Mexico covered the spread against
crazy game.
Mississippi State? Who the fuck was it?
I can't remember, but the overtime game or something like that. Is that the one you're thinking?
Yeah.
Wild
But
game.
it was an SEC team, and the spread was just silly, and they took them right to overtime, even though the team was terrible, right?
Let me see here. They played. Oh no, it was Montana State actually. They did play Auburn. Auburn blew them out though. But that was a crazy game against Montana State.
You know what? I think they covered the first half spread against Auburn.
You're a sicko if you hit that.
It's so funny that all my opinions are so based on these stupid bets on plays every week.
Unreal.
Idaho State UNLV. We'll skip that one if it's not the Vandals. We don't talk about the Idaho school. Do you have a take on Sam Houston State, Western Kentucky? I feel like you're low-key a Sam Houston expert because every other year you have to scout one of their guys.
I'm just riding with them. They're a dog, a 10-point dog in this.
I kind of feel the same. It's like Western Kentucky, though. Who is that? Hilltoppers?
Yeah.
With the red mascot?
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
He looks cray looking guy.
Oh, hold on. It's a crazy name, too. Big Red.
Big Red. If you could bring up the Hilltoppers mascot, if everyone's going to get a good chuckle. Okay. And as if it wasn't epic enough to start our day at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
with Farmageddon being imported to Dublin, we nightcap it all. That's only 5:30 Mountain. On the island, where the former Rainbow Warriors, right? They don't go by that anymore?
I actually don't know.
I might have Mandela affected myself, don't. I've lost my mind. I think I think this podcast is a true testament to how over the years I have slowly just lost my mind.
But the content's gotten better though.
My marbles are gone. I'm glad you think so. If the Toyota chat thinks so too, then that's all that matters to me. Hawaii's a favorite. -2.5. And the over at 50.5 is calling my name. Much like the ocean called for Moana, the over on this one,
There you go.
but it's an island reference, is calling my name. Tommy Chang on the hot seat, much like Lincoln Riley. This is it's make or break time for Tommy. I believe he makes it. I also think the Cardinal is cooking up some things with, Andrew Luck in this new role and the recruiting side of things and what have you. At the same time, I think Stanford's not going to be very good.
Frank Reich is their head coach, which is kind of flown under the radar.
It's a hell of a get right there, yeah.
It is. They have lost a lot out of the portal, though, the last few years. This has not been good for them, the new era of college football.
Oh, it's been bad.
I'm taking the Rainbow Warriors at home. I like what I've seen or what I've heard about their quarterback, Micah Alahado. This is a guy
Nailed it.
who had by far their best offensive output last year. Stanford lost their best defensive player in David Bailey. He's out of there. They lost a lot. I mean, damn near everything. I think their quarterback, Bachmeier's starting for BYU now. He entered the portal after all the Troy Taylor stuff, too. So,
Legend.
give me the Rainbow Warriors. That's the one favorite I'll take.
It's the Princess Bride Cup. I'm like, well, is this bait? Is this bait inconceivable? Do they know, A, how hyped I am for a nightcap on the island, and B, it's on the island, I'm going to take the Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah.
But as favorites against, I was going to say a power conference team. I don't know that Stanford actually is a power conference team anymore.
They are like literally
I respect the Pac-2.
basement of the ACC.
Oh, ACC.
They're in the ACC.
They are
Bro.
the team that made the jump right. The Pac-2 is just
They're in the ACC,
Beavers and Cougs.
and they have to go to Hawaii for week 0. They must have the most travel miles of the year.
Bro, the mileage card they have, you could fly.
They're spanning 10 hours worth of time zones.
It's legendary. It's legendary. Boy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking the Rainbow Warriors on the island week 0. That's kind of like what I do. So I'll be doing that, and I'm hammering the over.
Love it. All right.
Yeah. If you think, as my wife is starting to wind down and go to bed, I'm not sweating the over in this
For
game.
sure.
You don't know how I spend my Saturdays during college football season. So yeah, there you go.
Oh, man.
Was there a
back.
good Jose question here? Oh, Karen Reed. Can he make it? We were hyped about Karen Reed when he was signed as an undrafted free agent. Classic, reliable, last line of defense, back 7 kind of guy. And I think could be a nice little do-it-all linebacker with some cover chops,
Yeah. Truthfully, I don't really have a take. I don't know how he's done at camp so far, but what he did for Utah was pretty impactful.
Hank thought he was impressive.
And that's got to be one of the only rooms on this team where I'm like, yeah,
Yep, exactly.
could use some more talent.
Exactly.
So, he's good. I think he'll have a shot. I wish I could tell you more, but
At least the practice squad.
yeah, sure.
At least the practice squad. Yeah, week 0. We're here.
We got games Thursday and Friday and Saturday next week too.
Yep. So next week, it's really just talking previews, picks, what we're watching, the few guys that impressed us from week 0. And I mean,
What we do best on this show is what's going to happen.
It's full in-season content. It's us scouting football players for weeks on end. And then when the season's over, it's back to scouting more of them. So, God, I cannot wait. Bless you all for sticking with us throughout the summer. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate it and how, you're our brethren. If you've been with us this whole time, guys like Jose, you guys are the best. So Thank you to the Schwan man, producer Tiff, the whole crew for getting us through this summer. And we will see you next week. Till then, mile high salute. Mad love to you. Have a great weekend.
We all silly like the mayor.